Hi everyone, happy new year. I know, we're in the middle of the month. How am I still saying happy new year? Listen, I haven't had a chance to just sit down with you guys and talk about, so I feel like I can still say happy new year. Happy new year, happy new year. I'm so excited for 2023. I hope you guys are too. And don't think about how you said 2022 is going to be a year and then it wasn't your year, okay? Let us figure out how we're going to make 2023 one of the best years yet. Now, as we go into every new year, there's usually a lot of planning and a lot of goal setting and things that we really want to do differently. But sometimes we really struggle on where do we start, what change do we really want to see in our lives. And I'm here to help you with that, and just to give you guys a few questions that you can ask yourself in the middle of your planning and your goal setting for the year. I don't think it's too late for you to set goals for this year. January is not over yet, so you are just in time for this video if you haven't started and you're still getting rid of that holiday fatigue. So let's get into the video. So the first question you need to ask yourself is, what is my theme for 2023? And I like to have a theme word for every single year, and that's usually something God also like imparts to me and says, okay, this is the area in which I want you to work on. And last year my theme word was surrender, because I love to be in control and think that things are going to happen my way. And having lived through a pandemic, I think we can all say that you can do your plans, but other things happen, you know. So for me, I really needed to surrender a lot of areas in my life to God, and man, God did a work in me and it was beautiful, and I'm so grateful for that process, as much as it was very painful, because we always think our way is the right way, you know, and it's not. God has so much better in store for us. And yeah, surrender. Did I surrender? I don't think I did it fully, to be completely honest, but the areas that I did surrender to Him, He just made them even more beautiful, and I'm so grateful for that. So how do you want to be this year? What is the one thing where you feel like you really just want to hone in on and focus on? And that theme word is actually going to give you a lot of vision around your goals and what you want out of this year. So what are the intentions that you want to set this year? So if you haven't thought about that, give that some thought, pray about it, see where God is also leading you, and then write that down, and that is going to set the foundation for your goal setting and planning for this year. Now that you've set the theme, how are you going to live out this theme? And that can really be a tricky one. We don't want to just have a word and just put it there and it looks all pretty, but you're actually not even living it out. You're not really doing what you said you wanted to do. So for me, I really have to pray about it and say, Lord, what areas in my life do you want me to surrender? What am I always trying to hold on to and control? And I can actually share with you guys one of the big ones that I really struggled with was money. I think money is a big one. It's a sensitive topic, and I feel like a lot of people struggle with money, and how sometimes money can have control over us. It can have a hold on us, you know. You're always worried about the next paycheck. When is this coming? When is this coming? When you know it's coming, so why are you worrying about it? Why are you stressing about it? Was there a day where you had gone by without eating, without being clothed, without a roof over your head? Like, God always has taken care of you in those moments. So that's just an area I struggled with, and God really delivered me from that. And that's definitely a separate video that I want to make on just my financial breakthrough and just the mindset and a lot of things that I had to just break off of me. So how are we going to live out this theme? How is it going to embody what we are trying to achieve this year? So how are we trying to grow in 2023? Are we trying to form new habits? Is it your personality? Maybe there's things about you that you don't like. Spiritually, do you want to spend more time with God, read the word more, be involved in your local church? What are the things that are going to help you grow and develop and be the best you that you can be? So give that some thought, because if you're not growing, you're dying. That's just it. And I'm not trying to say that you should always be a self-improvement project that always needs work on, but I do believe that God wants us to grow each and every single day, no matter how minor it may seem or how big you feel like it is. We're always growing as people, we're always changing, and hopefully for the better. So just be intentional in which areas you feel like you really need to grow more in. Next is, what do you want to let go of? So there's bad habits, there's mindsets that you want to let go of, limiting belief systems. What is it that's really holding you back from really achieving your dreams? And maybe if you even look back and reflect at your vision board, like, why didn't you achieve maybe the things that you had put on for 2021, 2022? Was it because of your mind? You couldn't believe that you really could achieve it? Your faith was limited? What is it that is really just having you stuck? And you really need to assess that and figure that out, because that blockage is gonna help you to just catapult to the next level. So now that we've sort of answered some of those questions, now I also just want us to reflect back on the year before. What worked, what didn't work, what are we carrying into this year with us that really worked well for us? What are we leaving behind, which is the most important question, right? Like, what are we doing this year that's going to be different from last year? Because the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It doesn't work that way. Okay, we need to do things differently, and that is what I have realized. And when you have that oomph and that fire to really want to create change in your life, you're gonna do it drastically. I know some people need to do it small by small, beaky by beaky. I'm that person. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what, let's just dive right in, because I just need to get my life together. Like, I do not like where I am. I'm not happy. I don't see progress. Jesus said you will know them by their fruits. Is there fruit in your life? If there's not, there's something wrong. There's something that is dead. We need to prune it. We need to cut it. It needs to be removed. So what is that thing in your life that is no longer serving you anymore, and you need to let it go? So reflect on the past, but don't stay there. How are we moving forward? I think we can't get stuck in just the guilt, the shame, feeling like failures, that we didn't achieve our goals. Will those goals even align with what God wanted for you in the first place? Maybe that's why you didn't really achieve them, because they were kind of self-centered and it was what you wanted, and God didn't really have a say in that, So just try and assess that and really be honest with yourself and where you're at. And then we move on to the exciting part of setting your goals for 2023. Now, when writing your goals down, you don't want them to be too overwhelming. I like to set between 5 to 10 goals, which is really reasonable for me to achieve, and I can focus my attention on each and every single one of them. You don't want to have 20 goals and you can only have time to dedicate to only 5 of them. Of course, you're not going to achieve all your goals. So don't overwhelm yourself. Have 5 to 10 goals. And I actually want to make a separate video into goal setting, creating the actual vision board. So this is just like the prep work that we do before we actually put the picture on paper. So I believe that a person is not just like one-dimensional. There are different layers to us. We have the spiritual, we have the physical, the mental, the emotional. How are you allocating goals to each of those areas, and that is how I've been doing my goal setting for the past few years. So your spiritual life, how do you want to grow closer to God? Read the word. Your physical, the gym, eating right, drinking water, what does your lifestyle look like? The mental, reading books, detoxing from social media, like cutting that out. There's just a lot. Mental health is just so important, and we've seen such a rise in the topic and speaking more about it, and that's also something that I'd really love to speak more about, mental health, and bring on other people to speak about their experiences. There's so many people who suffer from depression, anxiety, and you need to figure out what is triggering that. So the mental, the emotional, your emotions. Journaling for me is a big one that I want to focus on this year. So there's just so many areas that you can set goals for. Relationships, your romantic relationships, as well as family and friends. I want to dedicate more time to really being intentional with my relationships with family and friends. I'm very intentional with my relationship with my boyfriend, but the other relationships around me matter just as much. So how am I also pouring into other people and dedicating time for that? Then after setting your goals, why is it important to you? Why do you have these goals down? Is it because I said you should put them down? Did your friend say you should put them down? Because if it's someone else telling you to put them down, it is going to be so hard to achieve that, because that oomph is not coming from you. You're not passionate about those goals and reaching it. So you need to know your why. Why? What is the purpose of everything that you're doing? And once you establish your why, you run with it. Like, that's the thing that's gonna get you up every single morning, look at your goals and say, okay, we're getting it. Like, we are going to achieve each and every single one of these goals. And then set SMART goals. I feel like we've all been taught SMART goals in high school, maybe even primary school, because listen, the education system is giving these primary school kids a whole lot more than we did. But anyways, SMART, the acronym SMART, specific goals. By when? No, that's measurable. So be specific about your goal. Don't just say, I want to lose weight. Where do you want to lose weight? Is it your tummy, your arms, your thighs? Then the goal must be measurable. I want to lose weight in 3 months' time. The goal must be attainable. So this one, I'm like, yes, it must be attainable, but it must have a bit of delusion to it, because sometimes you have to be delusional, okay? But maybe not with a year goal, maybe with like 5-year or 10-year goal, we can be a bit delusional and really just throw our faith out there and just see God do amazing things. But anyways, R is relatable. How does it relate to you? And I think that also comes back to your why. And then T is time bound. I want to lose the fat around my tummy in 3 months' time. Or you can say, measurable actually can be, so the 3 months is actually the time bound. The measurable will be you want to lose 50 centimeters around your waist. So really be specific with your goals. That way you're able to track well and achieve them. Next is, which area of these goals do you really want to focus on and hone in on? That's going to set the tone for all the other goals. And personally for me, it's the spiritual. Spiritual life is everything. God is everything. So when I put God first, and just really seek after Him and want to grow deeper in my relationship with Him, listen, everything else adds on. It says in Matthew 6, seek first the kingdom of God, and all these other things shall be added unto you. And that is what I truly believe, that when I seek God and His righteousness and His kingdom, then He will grant me the desires of my heart. And when you start to seek God, your desires naturally fall in line with what His will is for your life. for me, that is the area that I really want to focus on, and that's going to help me grow in so many areas of your life, because God reveals things to you on how to do this, how to do that. He strategizes, he gives you a plan of action, he gives you the map for certain things. So it's so beautiful when everything comes together. And honestly, that is sort of like a basic guide that I would say when you start to plan and set goals for the year. I truly hoped that this video helped you and it gave you some insight on how you should go about starting this year off right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this New Year planning and goal setting video, and I really hope that it helps you when you go about just figuring out how to set your goals and all the planning that is necessary. Our subscriber for the week goes to Mpume Kumalo. Thank you so much for subscribing. I truly appreciate it, and I am still looking to do the 1K giveaway. Please let me know in the comment section down below, what should I do? I kind of have an idea of the type of giveaway the type of giveaway that I want to do. Oh child, it's this heat. It is hot as Satan's toenails, I swear. Yo, anyways, let me know in the comment section down below what type of video, no, what type of giveaway. Yo, I swear this heat is making me crazy. What type of giveaway should I do? I'm looking to do it at the end of the month. I hope I don't forget. There's so much happening right now. So yeah, let me know. Yeah, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below. I love you guys so much. May your day be ever flawless as your makeup. Mwah! Bye.